All right, so here we're being asked to simplify an expression that has both multiplication and subtraction and addition in it. So we've got to remember our order of operations. So our order of operations is memorized by the acronym PEMDAS. And the more informal way of remembering it is then please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? But it also means that the order of operations are first parentheses. And by parentheses, it's not just having them in there, it's having them in there grouping things together. So if it's grouping two things together, you want to do what's inside the operation that's inside the parentheses first. The next item, you haven't seen many of these yet. Exponents. That is when you raise something to a power, multiply it by itself several times, that needs to be done before anything else. The M stands for multiplication, the D stands for division, and the thing to remember is even though we write them in this order to make a nice thing to remember, multiplication and division are tied in order. So you go from left to right, and whatever multiplication you see first or division you see first, that's what you do. Addition and subtraction, it's the same thing. Even though we had to write them in some order, the fact is we do them in whatever order they come in from left to right. Well, let's see how that applies to what's above here. We have got 9 times 8, minus 9 times 9 plus 5. So we look across, there are no parentheses grouping things together. There are no exponents. Nothing's being raised to a little number, a little power here. So next we look at the multiplications and divisions. The first thing we see is this 9 times 8. 9 times 8 is 72 minus 9 times 9 plus 5. The next multiplication we see is this 9 times 9, so we ignore that minus sign for right now. 9 times 9 is 81 plus 5. Now we do the additions and subtractions from left to right. The subtraction is first. 72 minus 81. Well, this is strange. We have the bigger number after the minus, so we know it's going to be ultimately a negative quantity. And let's think, well, what's 81 minus 72? That's 9. So 72 minus 81 must be negative 9. Finally, negative 9 plus 5. We go back 9, and then we go forward 5 steps to get up to negative 4. Okay, another way you can think of this is, well, that's like 5 minus 9. Well, 5 minus 9 has got to be negative since the larger number is negative. 5 minus 9 is, well, the opposite then of 9 minus 5, or the opposite of 4. Either way, you come up with negative 4 as your result for that. Hope that helps. The order of operations problems really tend to need practice.